NUX. In this video, I'm going to take you on a guided tour through the Mighty Space amp so you can get up and running quickly. Let's get to it. Let's start with a quick tour of the top panel of the Mighty Space. Let's go ahead and turn it on by using the power switch. Now, if you've ever used an amp before, this should seem extremely familiar to you because we went to great lengths to make sure that this mimics the behaviors of a traditional analog amp. So you have your gain and volume knobs, you have your 3 bands of EQ, you have your presence, you have your reverb, and you have your master. Now you also have your channel selector here, where you can select one of 7 different channels or presets. And to do that, just simply press it. You can see that the LED is changing color as I'm toggling through those 7 presets. Now in a future video, I'll show you how to make your own presets. But let's go ahead and take a look here at the far left, which is the input section. You can choose between wired and wireless. What's the point of buying a product like the Mighty Space though if you're not going to use it in wireless mode? So in order to do that, you just simply need to get out the provided transmitter here, which is the same transmitter you'll find on the B5RC. It's the exact same one. So to turn it on, just simply press that power button and you can see the LED will turn on. This will work with guitar, it'll work with bass, it'll work with active, and it'll work with passive pickups. So what we want to do next is we want to pair this to the Mighty Space. In order to do that, just simply go to the input button here, press it, and in a second it'll pair up, and now you're ready to go. So in addition to this, what you can also do is you can mute the transmitter by simply pressing the power switch or the power button. You can unmute it, you can mute it, no problem at all. That's really all there is to it in order to get up and running. Now it is important to note that there is an app that I'm going to show you in a future video that really shows you how to deep dive into the Mighty Space. But it's important to note that at this particular time, since you're just getting to know the Mighty Space, you don't have to use the app in order to work with the Mighty Space. You can just get going in the way that it's already set up and come up with your own variations and all of that. So later on, you'll be able to use the app and you'll be able to deep dive into the Mighty Space. But now let's take a look at the back panel of the Mighty Space. So here's a really cool little tip and trick for you. If you want to recharge the transmitter that comes with the Mighty Space, all you need to do is simply turn on the transmitter, turn on the Mighty Space, plug the transmitter into the input of the Mighty Space, and it will automatically recharge the transmitter. The LED will turn red, at which point it's telling you it's being recharged. And once that LED turns off, that means it's fully charged and ready to use. Now let's take a quick look at the back panel of the Mighty Space. To the far left, we have the power port. We do supply a power adapter that can be used to recharge the Mighty Space. So if you want to take it on a remote, you can use it up to 7 hours on a single charge. To the right of this, we have 2 foot switch inputs, and we do supply an MP2 foot switch that can be used to do one of 2 things. You can either use the foot switch to toggle up and down the presets or channels of the Mighty Space, or you can use the foot switch to access the drum machine or the looper. Or the looper, and I will show you how to do that in a future video. To the right of that, we have a USB-C port, and we do supply a USB-C cable with the Mighty Space. And this can be used to update the firmware on the Mighty Space, but it can also be used to make the Mighty Space a USB-C audio interface, and I will show you how to do that in a future video for sure. To the right of that, we have a volume knob, and this is for the auxiliary input or the Bluetooth coming from your smart device. So you can change the volume level of the signal that's coming in for your jam tracks. To the right of that is the speaker output. Now this means that the NUX Mighty Space can be used as an amp head. You can use the speaker out to plug this into a 4, 8, or 16 ohm cabinet. So it is not only just a great amp by itself, but it can be used with a cabinet as well. This sends out a mono signal to a cabinet and it works really well. Yes, we will talk about that in a future video. To the right of that, we have the headphone output, which is stereo, and we also have the auxiliary input as well. So now you know everything there is to know about the layout of the Mighty Space. Well, that wraps up this video. I hope you found it helpful. In the next video, I'm going to take you on a guided tour through the Mighty Space app that you can use on your smartphone or your desktop computer. We'll see you in the next video.